I'm live streaming to show the cats at my adoption center. Suddenly, a pregnant Siberian tiger bursts in. Human, I'm so sorry for invading your territory. Can you please save my children? The tigress's pleading voice stunned me. After calming down, I replied, I need to examine you now. I'll press on your belly. Don't be afraid, I won't harm your offspring. Tell me I can let my guard down around you. Help me. This weak and urgent voice made me even more certain the sound was coming from this tiger, but I couldn't worry about why. I understood her. The Lixi Trim saw the sudden big tiger and instantly erupted. Is Big Mimi also a cat? This is way too hardcore. Call the police, host is too dangerous. Looks like the host is starting surgery. Surgery. The internet's most epic midwife host is born. The viewers suck. I was naturally unaware. Under my constant pressing and touching, I roughly understood the tigress condition. She's carrying 2 cubs. Maybe the greater Kingan range is rich in resources, making the cubs grow a bit larger, causing some difficulty in labor now. Currently, the best option is a C-section. But looking at the blood under the tigress, I quickly dismissed that idea. A C-section could safely deliver both cubs. But the mother tiger likely wouldn't survive. My adoption center has an operating room, but lacks the blood bank to transfuse the tigress. And from her current state, she probably can't hold out until rescue arrives. We'll have to do it naturally. Can you still walk? We need to go to a cleaner place. I can. Her voice was extremely weak, making me unable to resist rubbing her head. Then I used all my strength to help her stand. Watching this big creature obediently follow me, a hint of surprise showed on my face. I wasn't confident before, but now I can hear her inner voice. Working together, our chances of success are much higher. Since time was tight, I didn't have time to turn off the C-trim. I directly led the tigress into the next room surgery, delivering kittens. This isn't my first time. After all, the stray cats rescued at the center, many are pregnant. I first cleaned the blood off the tigress, then sat down beside her. Now when I say push, you start giving birth. If you can give even a small part out, I can help you deliver the cubs. The tigress had no strength left to squat for labor. She leaned her whole body against the wall for support. I kept pressing on her hardened belly. Now push. With a pained roar, the first cub was successfully born. I quickly cut its umbilical cord, then cleared the fluid from its mouth and nose. Seeing the little one finally cry out, a wave of joy washed over me. I found an incubator and placed the little one inside. Then I took out 2 bottles of nutrient solution from the cabinet, pour it in a bowl and drink some water to regain strength. There's still 1 cub to deliver. The tigress forced her weak body to turn over and drank the nutrient solution in big gulps. Listening to the drinking sounds, my hands kept moving over the tigress's belly. The second cub is much smaller than the first. Since the first isn't blocking the way anymore, the second should come out easily. After the tigress finished the nutrient solution, the second cub, under my constant pressing, reached the right position. I saw the second cub coming out. It's born. Great job, Big Mimi. It's finally over. I quickly cleaned the little one, then brought the incubator over and placed it next to the tigress. You're too weak now. Get a good sleep first. I'll feed the cubs for you. When you wake up, I'll find you plenty of good food. Human. You are kind. Hearing the voice from the tigress, a smile spread across my face. Let me clean you up. Once clean, you'll sleep more comfortably. Just rest peacefully here. It's safe here. I used clean gauze to wipe the tigress clean, then found a blanket to cover her. Watching the big creature close its eyes peacefully, I carefully carried the incubator back to the Lixi Trim room. I noticed the Lixi Trim had somehow grown from a dozen people to over 50. The host is back. Don't keep us in suspense. Were the cubs born? Watching the barrage of comments, I showed the incubator to the camera. 2 cubs in total, both healthy. This chubby one is the firstborn. This thinner one is the second. It was urgent earlier. I didn't have time to check their genders. So what are you waiting for? Check now. I want a female cub. A pair of twins would be perfect. Everyone, wait a moment. I need to prepare some milk powder for them. The tigress is too weak now. She probably won't produce milk for a few days. I pulled out a large can of goat milk powder from the cabinet, quickly prepared 2 bottles of goat milk, then tested the temperature on my wrist. Sure, it was fine. I took the first cub out of the incubator, lifted its nearly hairless tail to check. The first cub is male. Watching the little one drink happily from the bottle, the Lixi Trim viewer count grew again. Look, is the second one female? I'm really hoping for twins. I came after hearing about this. Is this the Tsai trim where someone had to deliver a tiger? Okay, let him keep drinking. Let's check the next one. It's also male. Not twins. Watching the little one open its tiny mouth wide, I put the nipple in. The likesy trim comments exploded even more. It's a shame they're not twins. But mother and cubs are safe, that's what matters. True, their safety is the most important thing. After both cubs were full, I put them back in the incubator. It's getting late. I need to rest early tonight. These two need to be fed every 3 hours. If I don't sleep now, I probably won't get any sleep tonight. So today's sea trim ends here. Remember our motto. Adopt, don't sob. See you all tomorrow. I reached out and turned off the sea trim. I was about to find a couple of cats to test if I could hear their thoughts, whether it was only the tigress or all animals. I had just started. Suddenly, there was a frantic knock at the door. Miss Tang, are you there? Did, knocking. After opening the door, several fully armed police officers stood outside, looking around nervously. Where's the tiger? What tiger? This place is near the Greater Khingan Range, although wildlife sightings pop up from time to time. Most of the time, it's wild boars or black bears. A Siberian tiger was a first for their precinct. Well, it's already taken care of. She just gave birth. She's resting upstairs. Do you want to see her? The two officers exchanged glances, then fell silent for a long time. The older officer rubbed his temples. Are you saying this tiger traveled all this way? Just to give birth at your place? I'm surprised too. But that's what happened. Just then, another voice spoke up. Since the tiger hasn't caused any harm, we'll handle the rest from here. Looking at the man in a suit, I immediately knew. He must be a fellow veterinarian. He smelled of animal fur. That smell is almost impossible to get rid of. Hello, Miss Tang. I'm the deputy director of our city's Wildlife Protection Center. My surname is Chen. Hello, Mr. Chen. What do you plan to do? Well, according to regulations, we'll take care of the tiger. Once she's fit for release, we'll find a suitable place. I'm not doubting your expertise. It's just that this tigress, you might not be able to take her. What do you mean? She's extremely weak right now. She just gave birth less than an hour ago. In this weather, if she leaves the building, she'll get seriously ill. I paused for a moment. My tone carried a hint of apology. Also the two cubs. I've already fed them their first goat milk. If you take them now, I'm afraid they'll refuse to eat. Unlike domestic cats and dogs, they'll imprint on the first milk they drink as their mother's. So I specifically chose the biggest can, worried they'd reject other flavors later. This is quite a problem. Then he looked at a man in a white coat behind him. He seemed to have just arrived, still out of breath. That's right. Whether we switch milk or move the tigress now, it would lead to serious consequences. After a long silence, Director Chen sighed. Take me to see the cubs and the tigress first. If we really can't move them, we'll figure something out. Oh, you follow me. Accompanied by the two officers, they came to the first floor of the adoption center. These are the two cubs. They look healthy so far. Just fed less than 10 minutes ago. They're sleeping soundly now. You've taken good care of them. Their development is better than expected. Then he put on a pair of white gloves and began a thorough examination. During this time, Deputy Director Chen explained to me. This is Jiang Qi, a PhD in animal medicine returned from abroad. He's currently doing ecological research in the Greater Khingan Range. He's a wildlife expert, a PhD returned from overseas. Why would such a high-level talent leave the city research center to come to a remote place like our city? Both male cubs are healthy. All indicators are normal, even above the average at the breeding center. High survival rate. Great, let's go. Let's see the tigress. I carefully pushed open the door. The sleeping tigress instantly opened her eyes. She sniffed the air. Her eyes filled with alertness. She forced herself to try to get up. It's okay, don't be afraid. They're all friends. No danger. You're too weak now. Lie down and rest. Just after giving birth, she's weaker than I thought. If we force a transfer in this state, it could cause organ problems. Add an emotional secret. It could be fatal. Absolutely no moving her. Looks like we have to keep her here for now. Miss Tang in that case. We'll completely abandon the idea of moving her. After I calmed the tigress down, everyone returned to the hall. Jiangqi, see your thoughts. From the current situation, moving her is impossible. The best option is to keep her here. Wait until she recovers before making plans. Checked. The adoption center has sufficient qualifications. Even though it's only semi-official, it has all the necessary documents. We just need a statement from the protection center and the paperwork will be fine. I observed the front and backyards downstairs. They're big enough for the tiger to move around. Miss Tang is also a veterinarian. No worries about the medical side. And I can help out anytime. Medical support is sufficient. In that case, Miss Tang, can you accept this plan? Feel free to make any requests. The protection center will do its best to meet them. Keeping her is no problem. But there's one thing I might need your help with. The adoption center's funding is very limited. Most days, we rely on my streams and donations to operate. You see, when I mentioned money, my eyes started to light up. The center's funds are far from enough. Not to mention, even buying a can of food for each cat is a struggle. Now with this tiger. Finally, a deep pocket has shown up. Even if I just ask for food expenses, 500 yuan a day for a big tiger isn't too much, right? Hearing it was just about money, Deputy Director Chen was taken aback. Then he relaxed completely. I thought it was something serious. It's just a funding issue. In that case, we'll allocate 100,000 yuan to you for taking care of the tiger this month. If it's not enough, come to me anytime. 100,000? Did I hear that right? The huge number made my breathing quicken. Really 100,000? The rescue center has a large budget, and our standard meal cost for one tiger is 80,000 a month, not to mention you have 2 cubs here. 100,000 isn't much. As long as the money is in place, I'll definitely raise them fat and hip pie. Deputy Director Chen, I request to continue my research at this adoption center. These 3 tigers are very important for my study. This is a rare opportunity. The air fell silent instantly. All eyes focused on Jiangqi. Deputy Director Chen was so embarrassed he could die. Xiaojiang. The adoption center isn't our subordinate unit. Staying here isn't proper. And Miss Tang is alone. A man staying here isn't appropriate. Then Deputy Director Chen, blushing, explained to me, Miss Tang, I'm really sorry. Xiaojiang spends too much time in the lab. He's not good with people. So he sometimes speaks without thinking. I hope you don't mind. I understood. He's a typical science guy. Only thinking about his experiments. It's fine, I understand. Facing the big spender who was giving me money, there was no way I'd be angry. I can write a guarantee. I promise not to cause Miss Tang any trouble. The sudden voice made Deputy Director Chen, who had just eased the awkwardness, freeze up again. Xiao Jiang will discuss this later. Jiang Qi, seeing he couldn't convince Chen, turned to look at me. Miss Tang, please help me. This experiment is really important to me. Please. Seeing the plea in Jiang Chai's eye, I hesitated for a moment. Can I see your experiment details first? Of course. This is the outline and purpose of my experiment. What I'm most lacking is data on put-birth mothers and cubs. Observation data. Most captive animals have lost their reproductive drive. The data isn't realistic enough. Only by observing wild animals in human care from day 1 can we get the most accurate breeding data. Watching Jiangqi speak passionately, I was silent for a moment. Finally, I nodded. I can let you stay at the center to observe and record data. But feel free to make any requests. As long as I can stay, I'll do anything. The adoption center is very busy every day. As you know, if you want to stay here, you have to see some of the daily cleaning and feeding work. No problem, that's only right. Also about the food expenses. I'll pay daily. As long as I can record data. These are small matters. After a brief chat with Jiangqi, I found that besides his experiment, he had no other thoughts at all. In that case, I agree. Welcome to stay. Thank you, Miss Tang. Watching Jiang Qi thank me seriously, the two officers and Director Chen fell silent. They had witnessed firsthand how I tricked a fool. Not only would he work at the center every day, but he'd also pay an extra 2,000 yuan monthly for food. I had truly mastered the art of paid labor. After seeing them off, I started counting on my fingers. The tiger doesn't actually eat that much a day. If I buy meat early at the market, daily food costs would be around 500 yuan. The two cubs' daily expenses are less than 20 yuan. So out of the 100,000, about 80,000 would end up in my pocket. I'm rich. After dreaming and feeding the cubs again, I pulled a white cat out of its cage. Can you understand me? Looking at its blank stare, I silently put it back. This tabby was rescued from a ventilation shaft. It should be smarter. What does this human want now? Hey, little one, look here. Seeing that look, there's hope. The moment I touched its head, darn human, touching me again. My poor balls, they're gone. Bad human. How will I face the neighbor cat now? Is this what being a eunuch feels like? Darn human, still touching me. If I play along, will I get treats? With a slightly sweet meow. I was silent for a long time again. I casually gave it a piece of cooked chicken breast, then continued looking for the next hit subject. After over an hour of testing, I understood this sudden ability. Relatively smart animals could communicate effectively, but most could only express themselves roughly. Some were even too dumb to speak. Cow cats were the most common. After understanding my ability, I yawned and crawled into bed. This night was pure cheer for me. I had to get up every 3 hours to feed the cubs. Getting a solid sleep was impossible. With the morning alarm and a dozen cats meowing, I yawned and went downstairs. I took the 2 cubs out of the incubator. Seeing the tiny fur growing on them, I couldn't resist rubbing them. Feeling the softness under my palm, I prepared 2 more bottles of goat milk and put them in the cubs' mouths. Miss Tang, are you there? I'm Jiang Qi. The first day of postpartum observation is crucial. Can't be late. This guy is as punctual as a robot. Shouldn't he bring some breakfast at a time like this? You came empty-handed? Yeah, I have my computer and data, and my research tools. I really shouldn't expect anything from this blockhead. This is my foot fee. Oh, Dr. Jiang. You didn't have to be so polite. Seeing the envelope Jiang Qi handed over, the resentment I just felt instantly vanished. Come in. First, clean the cat litter. Then refill each cage with fresh water. I'm going to the market to buy meat. You'll be fine watching the place, right? This repetitive work helps with thinking. I drove to the market. Standing at the entrance, I opened the livesy trim. Bought, big order coming. One's here. Need chicken breast again today? Same as usual. Prepare 30 jin for me. Whoa, 30 jin? Your appetites are growing. Alright, I'll pick the best chicken breast for you. It's for the cats at the adoption center. Big and small. Most cat food on the market has additives. The food I give my cats is mostly made by me. Even the cat food is made by a feed factory. You can be completely at ease. Finally, I picked 5 10-pound roosters. While the vendor processed the chickens, I explained to the livestream audience that the mother tiger at home is too weak. Chicken is relatively easier to digest. We'll pair it with some beef and lamb to help the Siberian tiger recover quickly. After chatting with the audience for a bit about Siberian tiger knowledge, the vendor finished processing all the lay chickens. I bought some more vegetables, beef and lamb. Back at the rescue center, I found Jiang Qi's mind a bit slow. But his work ability is truly undeniable. In less than an hour, he had changed the litter and food for every cat cage and cleaned the first floor lobby. I'm going to feed the mother tiger now. Are you sure you want to come in and record? This is the most critical part. Postpartum behavior data for wild individuals. I absolutely can't miss it. We walked into the tigress's resting room. Seeing the exhaustion in her eyes, I placed 2 chickens and a piece of lamb in front of her. Do you feel any discomfort? No discomfort. These are all for you. Eat it all so you have milk for the babies. So much meat, more than I see hunting in the mountains. You humans are really skilled at hunting. I feel like, hearing the tigress's praise, I smiled and touched her slightly hard head. Eat up. When you're full, I'll take you outside to sunbathe and spend time with your babies. You're the kindest human I've ever met. Can he understand? Of course he can. Many animals can understand human speech. But humans struggle to understand their different behavior and language. Animals mainly communicate through scent. And behavior language is just a conclusion from human observation. It's not necessarily accurate. My words opened a new door for Jiang Qi. His gaze kept shifting between the tigress and me. Can I touch her belly? If I can feel the data firsthand, the records should be more accurate. Do you agree? The tigress eyed Jiang Qi warily. After a moment's hesitation, she agreed. Okay, she agreed. But only for a little while. Hearing this, Jiang Qi took a deep breath. Then he cautiously reached for the tigress's belly. Watching the wary human and tiger, I couldn't help but smile at the live stream. I think the tigress is really nervous. She's not even eating now. She's staring at the approaching hand. Haha. Shouldn't the guy be the nervous one? Why does this look like an online date meetup? After a brief touch, Jiang Qi quickly stepped back 2 paces. Then he wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. So scary, I almost thought I'd lose my hand. Done recording? Yeah, all done. Okay, I'll go cook then. After we eat, you can hang out with the family of 3 in the backyard. Hearing this, Jiang Qi's eyes lit up again. I led the audience to the kitchen. I stuffed 30 pounds of chicken breast into the pot. For simple processing, breakfast was delayed until after 8. Jiang Qi was silent, looking at the feast on the table. Is it really okay to eat this greasy in the morning? Just eat it. Humans evolved for millions of years for you to eat vegetables. If we were meant to be vegetarian, our ancestors should have just stayed in the trees. That actually sounds kind of reasonable. But braised pork, spicy lamb, and a baked durian, none of that seems like breakfast food. Did you actually believe that, buddy? Are researchers that easy to fool? Amid the audience's teasing, Jiang Qi skeptically accepted my reasoning. After finishing this breakfast, I checked the live stream and saw some exciting comments. Wan, I'll be at the center in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Seeing this, I ran to the cat cages and started lecturing the kittens. Listen up, everyone. 2 adopters are coming soon. Whoever gets chosen will enjoy a life of luxury. Behave well. You'll have plenty of food and drink, and someone to play with you every day. When will I stop laughing at cat lectures? Look. 2 cats are already covering their ears. I'm dying of laughter. I wonder which lucky one will go home today. 10 minutes later, a man in sportswear walked in. Hi, Wan. My surname is Su. Hello, Miss Su. What kind of cat are you looking to adopt? I can introduce you. I want a smarter one, is that okay? I recalled last night's experiment and quickly pointed to a few cages. This tabby, this silver-shaded, and this tiger-striped one. They're all quite smart. They understand some longer sentences. As I spoke, I opened the cages, letting the 3 little ones jump down. Having been strays once, they know the difference between human care and the wild. Especially since I've brainwashed them repeatedly about how great it is to be adopted. All 3 cats gathered around Mr. Su, rubbing against his legs. Mr. Su looked them over carefully, the 3 little ones. Then he picked up the largest silver-shaded cat and smiled, nodding at me. I'll take this one. Hearing that, the tabby and tiger-striped, who were still flirting, turned and left. I could faintly hear their complaints. That fat cat is prettier than me? No way. Bad taste. Can't go to that home. Exactly. That fatty will eat them out of house and home. Bad taste and still picking a master. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to ignore those 2. Mr. Su, here's an adoption agreement. You need to sign it. We'll also do periodic follow-ups. After Mr. Su signed, I took out a carrier and a bag of cat food for him. My center's main goal is to find good homes for strays. As long as you're willing to adopt, the carrier and food are free. No cost at all. Just after seeing Mr. Su off, the second adopter walked in. I finally get to see the lay host in person. That calm man made Jiangqi, who's a bit slow, look over from the side. You've seen dead ones? I rolled my eyes in annoyance. Of course I have. That's my job. I see more of them than living people. I was stunned. The livestream comments exploded. The host's joke landed in front of a real expert. Can't mess with that, if he gets mad. Look. Brother Sue over there took several steps back. So what kind of cat do you want? I'll help you pick. Hearing the serious question, the man thought for a moment before speaking, preferably one that's more affectionate. My place is a bit creepy at night. Hearing this, I looked at the cats in the cages. The previously active tabby and tiger striped were huddled in a corner. Don't pick us, it's all dead people there. I'm not going no matter what. Hearing their thoughts, I looked away. My eyes finally settled on two rescued ragdolls. These cats were abandoned by a cattery. They're affectionate and won't run off. Just not very smart. They can't even make simple sounds. How about these two ragdolls? They perfectly fit your needs. Seeing the two ragdolls I brought out, the man's eyes lit up instantly. Can I hold them? Sure, they're very affectionate. You can play with them however you like. Feeling the two little ones rubbing against him, his joy was almost overflowing. Signing the agreement, packing them up, giving cat food. After the whole process, I sighed in relief. After seeing him off, I took the tigress and her two cubs to the backyard. The center's backyard is quite large, surrounded by bamboo fences. Such a big yard. Put a chair here, and I could lie with a cat all day. Why doesn't the host let the cats out to sunbathe? I glanced at the comments and explained. Originally, I planned to make a cat paradise for them to sunbathe and play. But since many cats were strays, they'd easily fight when gathered together. After a few times, I had to give up. Then I sat down next to the tigress. How do you feel? Very comfortable. If I want to stay here, what price do I have to pay? Hearing the tigress's hopeful question, I was silent for a moment. I set the streaming device aside. Why? Don't you want to go back to the forest? The tigress adjusted her position so I could lean more comfortably. There's less and less food in the forest. My cubs and I wouldn't last long if we went back. Everyone knows the Greater Kingan Range's resources are declining, but I didn't think even Siberian tigers couldn't get enough to eat. I'll think of something. There should be a chance to stay. This family of 3 Siberian tigers is definitely a challenge for me. After all, this is a rescue center, not a sanctuary. I don't have the qualifications to manage wildlife independently. I looked into the distance. Jiang Qi, who was recording in his notebook, stroked his chin, thinking of a plan. The scene fell silent. The live stream got even livelier. Wait, he just leaned on her lie that? Are Siberian tigers always this gentle? Why isn't it what I expected? I was deep in thought when I heard a voice from the tigress. You can let those little ones out to sunbathe. They'll fight. I should be able to control them. Hearing this, I hesitated for a moment, then nodded. In less than 10 minutes, I brought all the cats to the backyard. Watching the little ones darting around, I casually picked up a white cat to show the live stream. This white cat I found near a school. She's not very affectionate, but she's definitely very obedient. Come on, give everyone a fierce meow. Then a strong wave of complaints came from her. This silly woman always makes me do such brainless things. The air was quiet for a moment. I silently put her down. Oh cute. Let's move on to the next little white cat. So cute. I want to adopt her. Host, don't rush. Let's see the little white cat. I picked up a round blue cat. Next is a standard blue fatty. This blue cat was rescued from a heavy rain 3 months ago. Back then she was skin and bones. If not for luck, she'd probably be stuck in a pipe. Her temperament is pretty stable. Besides eating, she mostly sleeps. If you don't have much time, this blue fatty is perfect for you. Amid the flood of livestream comments, I rubbed her round belly. Hearing no complaints, I nodded with satisfaction. My rescue center has over 70 cats. My livestream has no gift channel, just a donation button. Usually, a whole day's Satrim brings in 30 or 40, but with the Siberian tiger, just one morning, I saw 100 in donations in the back end. For some streamers, that amount is pitifully small, but for the fur babies at the center, it's enough for a good meal upgrade. While promoting cats to the audience, suddenly a sharp cat cry rang out from a corner. I saw 2 tuxedo cats, leading a large group, facing off against a tabby group. The tigress beside me also looked at the cats. Then a roar that shook the forest rang out. The Siberian tiger's roar instantly silenced the cats that were still squabbling. They all looked at the tigress in fear. Big brother, a big one's here to save us. We can make it.